All right, let's talk about one of the most underrated but genuinely fun ways to make gold in Ashes of Creation: sport fishing. No spreadsheets, no market flipping, no insane math. You buy bait, you fish, you sell fish to the vendor. Simple, relaxing, and surprisingly profitable if you know what you're doing. In most MMOs, fishing is a side activity you barely touch unless you're cooking. But in Ashes, fishing actually matters, and if you play it right, it can fund a huge part of your progression. In Ashes of Creation, there are two types of fishing. The first one is AFK fishing. You grab a fishing rod, go to any freshwater area, cast your line, and just chill. You can't AFK fish in open seas for now, but this method is perfect for leveling your fishing skill and gathering fish to create chum later. AFK fishing is slow money, but it's the foundation. You'll need it. The second type is sport fishing, and this is where the real gold comes in. Sport fishing only works after you use chum, which is basically a fishing buff that speeds everything up and spawns fish in the water. Without chum, you simply cannot sport fish. To make chum, you'll need fish. 49 fish for freshwater chum and 99 fish for saltwater chum. You craft it at the cookhouse, throw it into the water, and once you see splashes and fish filling the area, you're ready to go. And a small but important tip here: if someone else already used chum, you don't need to throw your own. The spot stays active for 1 hour. Once the spot is active, you'll need bait. I strongly recommend starting with the cheapest bait. It already gives you solid returns, around 50 silver per fish in open seas. Sport fishing works by damaging the fish until you catch it. You basically need to use your arrow keys. It is like easy mode Guitar Hero. If your fishing level is low, you'll deal less damage, which means longer fights. Take too long and the fish escapes, taking your lure with it. So don't rush expensive bait early. My advice is to use low-quality bait until around fishing level 20. Once you're 25 or higher, switching to the most expensive bait becomes worth it. Also important, you cannot sport fish from land. You need a boat for freshwater fishing and a ship for open seas. You can also use a boat for open seas, but it is too slow. To fish efficiently, you'll want two things. First, a boat or ship. Second, a Moonstrider mule. The mule lets you carry more fish in one trip. You can store 2 fish on the mule, 1 on your back, and if you're in open seas with fishing tanks, even more. This massively improves your efficiency. The good news is you don't need the marketplace for any of this. You can craft a freshwater rowing boat with 50 wood. Ship components for open seas cost about 500 wood and 150 stone. However, when buying a fishing ship from the harbor, there's a catch. The fishing ship costs 18 gold, but due to a current bug, it won't even show up unless you have at least 25 gold on you. So make sure you carry enough gold before going there. And very important, do not buy the 25 gold caravel. That's a combat ship. It's slower, has no fishing tanks, and is terrible for fishing. Freshwater sport fishing is safer and great early on, especially if you're solo. Open seas fishing is where the big money is, but it comes with real risk. Open seas are PvP zones. Pirates will attack you. They will try to steal your ship, your fish, and your time. If you're alone, I highly recommend sticking to freshwater until you make some fishing friends and go together. That said, open seas fishing is the most profitable activity I've personally done in Ashes. With high-quality bait, you can catch tuna, sturgeon, sailfish, and marlin. A large marlin alone can sell for around 10 gold, depending on its weight, so size does matter. Just remember, large fish don't fit in fishing tanks. You'll need your Moonstrider mule for those. With the right setup, you can catch up to 7 fish per run, 4 in your ship's tanks, 2 on your mule, and 1 on your character. Tested this myself. Your real options are Jundark, Kal Torum, and the PvP islands. If you want the safest experience, go to Kal Torum. It's far from main cities, which means fewer players and fewer pirates. PvP islands are the fastest way to make money because fishing spots are very close to the harbor, but PvP is always on, even inside the harbor. You're never safe there. Jundark sits in the middle. It's accessible, but that also makes it a hotspot for gankers camping fishermen. I don't recommend it for newer players. 2 very important warnings before you go. First, never equip bait in a large stack. Always split your bait into stacks of 1, 2, or 3. There is a bug right now where you can lose your entire stack in a single throw. I personally lost 27 expensive baits in one cast, and another 30 low-quality ones, which is basically more than 30 gold gone. If this happens, change fishing spots immediately. Second, open seas fishing is high risk. If pirates destroy your ship, you can lose 30 to 40 gold worth of fish and ships. I honestly think the gold per fish should be higher to balance this risk, but for now, that's the reality. One thing I've started to notice on my server is inflation. Prices are going up across the board, which means most professions are actually paying better now. Materials sell for more, crafted items cost more, and gold is flowing faster. But fishing is different. Since you're selling fish directly to an NPC vendor, the price never changes. So as inflation increases, the real value of sport fishing actually goes down over time. If this continues, sport fishing could become far less rewarding compared to other professions. I really think the devs should look at this and rebalance it in future patches, either by scaling vendor prices or adding alternative ways to sell fish, so fishing stays competitive as the economy evolves. Here's the smoothest progression in my opinion. Start by AFK fishing until level 10. Sell all colored fish on the marketplace and keep the colorless ones to craft freshwater chum. Craft your first fishing boat with 50 wood and buy your mule. Then continue AFK fishing until level 20, mixing in freshwater sport fishing events to make some early gold. Once you have money and friends, craft ship components, build 2 fishing tanks, grab your mule, and head to open seas when you're ready. Fishing in Ashes of Creation is chill, profitable, and honestly one of the most immersive systems in the game right now. It's risky, especially in open seas, but if you enjoy that tension, the rewards are worth it. Let me know in the comments if you're fishing solo or running with a crew and which zone you're farming. If you want a deeper guide on ship builds, PvP survival while fishing, or best bait strategies, tell me and I'll cover it next. If this helped, drop a like, subscribe for more Ashes guides, and I'll see you out on the water.